Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of LANCESCURV. This is LANCESCURV. Glad to be back. I have some new stuff coming within the next few days, new formats, and I'm very excited about it. Just wanted to talk about something that happened to me earlier today, and it reflects on the hearts of people. Now, everybody knows I'm in West Africa. I'm in Accra, Ghana. This is where I live now. And we're all black people here, Africans here. And that may irk somebody or a few people who may not want to identify with it, but I know for a fact that that is my lineage. But the thing is that I find out that friendships, relationships, types of business relationships, friendly relationships, it's a little different here how they look at it. And when you come and you feel really good to be in a place where everybody looks like you. I don't mean we all look alike, but I mean we're all the same race and others are the minority. It must be a funny feeling for them. But the bottom line is, it feels good. But then it's almost like a car that you want to get on the lot. And you say, this is the one I want, I want to test drive it. And then when you test drive it, it's like, it doesn't feel right. It's not what you expected. You didn't expect to have a supercar, but definitely by the way it drives, you don't want to purchase this vehicle. So that being said, when you get here and you start to relate and you live here, because a 2-week visit is like touching a hot stove and saying, yeah, I felt the heat, but it didn't feel that bad. But when you put your hand and let it stay there, then you begin to feel how hot it is. So with that being said, I got a call this morning on Telegram, because I have my number out there. I like to be accessible. I don't have to answer all the time. If I don't know the person, send a message first. But I got a call and something told me, just pick it up, right? And it was a young lady. And she says, wow, I'm glad I got you. How are you? I said, I'm fine. I'm waiting to hear her introduce herself, but she never did. And so I said, okay, it's one of those things. So I'm going to play the game. So I didn't say anything about that. Oh, everything I see is good for you. Definitely a Ghanaian accent. I know I'm jacking it up. So I said, everything's fine. Yeah, everything's good. You're on YouTube. I see how many hits you get. Business is good. Business is good. Well, who the hell are you? I said, who am I speaking to? You know what I mean? We have, who I am, and I don't know who you are. Who am I speaking to? Oh, this is Sheila. I said, okay. Sheila, you picked up the phone and called for a reason. I would like to know that reason, not to be rude, I see how business is good. And I wanted to know, can you give me some money? I said, what? Excuse me? Can you give me some money? I said, why would you call a stranger and ask for money? Well, I see that you are doing good and I need the help. I said, well, I don't know you like that. I cannot give you money. I don't know you like that. That's strange. Do you know anybody in your life, like family or friends or relationships? I have a husband, but he is sick. I said, do you have a sister, a mother, a father? Oh, my parents are deceased. So there's nobody in between that and calling somebody random. Like if it was somebody that I knew, no problem if I have it. So she's telling me why I need to give her money. God has blessed you and it's a sin if you don't give me I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? I said, well, I don't think I can help you. I don't know you. That's kind of rude to, you're trying to explain these things and teach them these things. I'm not saying all Ghanaians. I'm just saying this one person in particular. But I've run into rude moments where people just don't have manners. What happened to manners? What happened to doing things a certain way? Just, hello, business is doing good for you. I need money. Money. I want money. Money. And that made me think a little deeper. And I think I spoke on this before, how relationships here, I know I'm learning Ghana. I don't know any other place in Africa. I have not lived there, but I'm hearing it's something very common where relationships are transactional. It's like you do this for me and I do this for you. So I've been approached by many, I can say several, but it's many different types of women in public, always away when Mrs. SCURV is not around, right? But when they see me by myself, it's always something where it jumps a few steps in the conversation. Like I've had women tell me like, oh, like they'll see you buying something and they do the small talk thing, which is fine. And then they'll seriously ask you, oh, when are you going back to America? And I'm saying, I have no plans anytime soon on going back to America. Why would you ask? Well, I want to come with you. And I'm like, well, the airport's always there. You get a ticket, you can go. Do you know anybody in America? No, I don't know anybody. I want to come with you. Do you have wife? Yes. I need baby. I want to have baby. There's 3 of them that did that. Like we go from small talk to you want me to give you a baby. Why? That's almost an insult to me. But then it's universal because there's so many people who feel like they can drop down into your life and just use your resources or just swoop down and you're supposed to give up everything. Like I'm about to do something, but you want to have a 3-hour conversation. Somebody did that to me the other day. They want to talk for 3 hours and they got mad when I didn't have 3 hours to talk. I'm trying to do stuff. If maybe, let's say, for example, if you're close to me, you can do that. But these people I don't know, they get mad when I am not a talk show. I'm a human being with a real life. And I give a little talk. Hey, if you call me and I'm doing my artwork and it's late at night, keep me company. We may get 3 hours in. But there's some people who are so inconsiderate that they can just swoop down in your world and expect everything to stop, never ask you, are you busy? Do you have the time? And these are the people who will fly away after they've sucked you dry. And I don't mean anything lewd by that. Wouldn't be a bad thing if I'm just joking, y'all. But I'm just saying, you fly away and you don't worry about what you've disrupted in somebody's life. Time is precious. It's an artificial construct on this level, but we still have to deal with time. Just like the value of money, it's just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper. But we trade in life force for that in this artificial system. I understand what's going on. But if people had things to do and say, hey, let's arrange a time where we could speak for a certain amount of time, that's the way you do it. And especially to call up a stranger and I need money. Well, would you be insulted if somebody said, oh, for the money I give you, this is what I want you to do? They would get insulted now, wouldn't they? Right? You have to guard your life that way. There are people in your life that are worthwhile, that if they call anytime, I got an ear for them, my inner circle, and you all know who you are. But you have people that just don't give a damn. It's all about them and what they want. They can't see that you have something to do. Or they want to keep you suspended through voicemails or texts or something on some stuff 40 years ago that you're not even thinking about, because what about today? You have people out here who they have good situations. They're retired. Their bills are paid, their house is paid for, and they stay inside all day, just on the phone. The world is big. We only have so much time on this earth. You got to understand that some of us don't want to sit inside all day, cooped up in a dark corner on our phone, looking at YouTube booties. There's different cultures, there's different conversations, there's different countries, there are different things to explore. What about science? What about underwater exploration? What about space exploration? What about the minerals and the rich soil and the different plants of the world, or history, or what's going on now with technology? There's so much to absorb to make your conversation better, as opposed to just cooped up somewhere, inconsiderate of someone's time, and you're stuck in a time period and you want people to be stuck with you, or you swoop down, whatever. It's amazing. And let me tell you something else. When you have something that you have to do, you make up your mind and you do it and move forward toward it. And if it involves other people that don't want to get down and they change their mind because they really want to sabotage you or they want to test you, you always have a plan B, C, D, all the way to Z. All the way. Because many people, this is universal. This is not any one situation I'm speaking about, but many people have no direction and they get angry when you have direction. I mean, literally angry, not everybody. Who do you think you are? You're 60 years old. You're out of here soon. Why are you attempting to do this? You should be sitting somewhere stagnant with me. No. I'm always looking to expand. I'm always looking to try out new things. I'm always looking to indulge my brain in the world out here the way I choose to. Not the decadence, but the things that uplift, the things that bring you higher, the things that make you a very interesting person. So you have to be careful of the energy of those around you. You have value. Don't hang around people who feel devalued and they have nothing to offer. And it's not your job to always babysit everybody to lift them up. Yes, if they are trying, and we all have trauma. Granted, I will sit on the phone and text and voicemail and call anyone who I see is worthwhile and who is striving to heal. But if you're looking at your wound and as soon as it starts to heal, you cut it open again because you want to remain in that space, I got no time for you. You understand? If you have knowledge, share it. But there are people who are there to keep you from doing what it is that you're supposed to do because they don't have anything to do. And they try to discourage you, put roadblocks, become a speed bump in your world. And they get great satisfaction because you're stuck with them. Now you're getting tired and didn't get done the goal that you had to achieve. And they accomplished their mission because they thought they slowed you down. No. Clear it up. I have no time to be on the phone all day just looping. And these are certain individuals that I know. Looping. What did you do today? It only takes an hour to work out or more. Really, around that time, not recommended 2 and 3 hours, but you can do that. You can read a book. You can watch a movie on something worthwhile, a documentary. But these are the same people throwing themselves in your way. I'm kind of ranting, y'all. Non-directional, but it is what it is because I'm a very determined person. Once I see what it is that I have to accomplish, I go out and do it. Like tonight is party time for me. I'm going to record a few things. I have a new format that I want to use. I'm very interested in that. And I'm going to rock it until the sun comes up. Tonight, yes, I know I'm going to stay up late. And that's not a crime because it's progressive. I'm doing what it is that I set out to do. That is the thing. You're dead if you don't even have a goal. You're the living dead. I'm going after my goal and I'm achieving it. I'm living the life that I'm supposed to live. Like they say, choose life. People choose life when it becomes an abortion issue. When they get here, they're not the example. You chose life for this child, but now you're sitting here living dead. What kind of mess is that? And the majority of people, they're just going through the motions of life and hoping for something to happen good, hoping that they can hit that lottery, hoping that they can meet that rich spouse, hoping. What do you mean hoping? Do. Set a goal and go after it. Sitting on your ass hoping for stuff is what has most black Americans who are Christian waiting around. I'm waiting till Jesus come. The Holy Ghost gonna come and gonna do it for me. He gonna make everything right. And you sitting in your trauma. And you sitting in your laziness. And you get the Koreans, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Russians, all the Indians coming and doing stuff, building, working along together. And they have their differences, but they have a unity enough to make things happen. And here you are hating the person 4 rows up in your church, mad because he got a new car, mad because he got a new man, and I ain't got nothing to do with them. Now, if a person has insulted you and is toxic and has a proven track record of being a gossip on your life, yes, get rid of them. But most black people don't have that kind of unity to build. The ratchet stuff, the foolish stuff they indulge in, it turns me off. Then they say, oh, you haven't been on my page. You ain't seen my page. My sister died 2 weeks ago. I have no time to sit there and watch everybody's social media page. Come forth and tell me something. Let me know. I don't live on this thing. I work on it, but I don't live on it. Because I'm still looking to elevate and have an intake of information and new things inside of me that I like to learn instead of just sitting there like a tire, letting out the air on social media. Are we bringing something to it? Or are we just letting our life just pass away and just a victim to the timeline? Are you a victim to your social media timeline? Is that your ball and chain that's on you, that you can't move without it because you're watching too many people? Do you wake up with the phone in your hand? First thing you do is grab and start watching people? Going on Clubhouse at night, YouTube in the day, making different profiles? You're dead. That's bad when even a youngster, your 20s, your teen, that's bad. But when you're 50 and 60s, you're already dead. Go out in the world and do something. Take a walk. You know, sitting behind with social media all day and you're those ages, you're going to have a bad body. If you already have a bad body, it's only going to get worse. You're dead. They're going to find you dead by the keyboard. Is that what I want to have around me? Oh, did you know this one said something about you? And this one, that one said something. And this, I don't want to hear it. It's good. Let them look. Good that they're talking about me. They give me the energy. Dang. And these people never understand. Well, Lance doesn't like me. I'm going to hide my name and do another profile and lurk up under his stuff. Oh, please. I see you. I already know. Other people see you. People tell me. Come on. You got to get the roaches off of you, because even me, I'm looking forward to my best years on so many levels, to elevate, to get into the cerebral, to elevate spiritually, to get my body better. Yes, it's going to go back to the earth, but still, we're here now. Why are you here now and thinking about the past? The past is done. What are you doing now so that in the future you'll have a past? What did you do when you were 65? Well, I was on YouTube all day. I was on Clubhouse all night. And when I drop dead, people are going to say, oh, that person was so nice. But they move on to the next thing and forget about your ass.